everybody. You're listening to Back to the Feature. This is the podcast where we talk about films and entertainment. My name is Joseph.
And I'm Edward.
Welcome, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. Today, we are going to be talking about Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
Why'd you laugh?
Because I thought it was a piece of shit.
Damn. Well.
Sorry, a piece of poop.
Yeah, dude. We got to be YouTube friendly now.
Right. I'm sorry.
We're, we gotta cater to the sponsors or lack thereof. Anyways, yeah. So let's just jump right into it. Mm-hmm. Edward, you didn't like it.
I did not. I honestly, but it was just one of those movies where I could easily just pick at it, just because. I mean, and also I really would have liked to have seen this movie in the movie theater, and I realized that maybe like 10 minutes in, I was like, oh, I wish I could have seen these fights on the big screen.
Yeah.
But I started thinking of like the most stupidest random thing. I was like, they have so there's a part where they have King Kong like on this big old ship. And one, I was like, how'd they put him on there? And two, I was like, what if he has to take a shit or something? I mean, a poo again. Yeah. I'm sorry. I was like, what if he has to use a restroom?
What if he had to take a poop emoji?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know, dude.
I mean, he actually, now that you think about it, he had to have pooped somewhere along that trip. Like, where was he going to do that?
Yeah, exactly. And what are they going to feed him?
Well, they had his big hairy ass facing the water, so he could have just pooped into the water.
And let the fish eat it.
That's how Godzilla found him.
That's true. Yeah.
Smelt those Kong turds.
I like how it starts off though with the Paperboy podcast. He's like I don't know the actor's name.
I was like that's not what it's called, but you're referring to his character from Atlanta.
Yeah, I don't know his real name, but he's Paperboy in Atlanta, so anybody who watches that show, you know who I'm talking about.
Paperboy, sing it, dude.
All about my Paperboy.
There you go.
And
Back to the Feature mixtape coming soon.
He makes this podcast where he's, I guess, giving up secrets from the company he works for, which is called Apex. Forgot the name. Not analytics, but
yeah.
Anyways, and for some, what is he? He's like an engineer. I thought he was.
He said he's an associate engineer or something like that. I'll be completely honest. That plot line was just completely useless.
Yeah, I was like, it seems like there's two stories going on, but one's not even necessary.
I feel like they included that plot line because they wanted Millie Bobby Brown to be in the show, in the movie, and like her character, her plot was so unnecessary. They really could have just cut that out, and the movie would have been fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I never watched the Godzilla with her in it. I didn't go back and watch it. I felt like I didn't have to. Mm-hmm. But and then
realistically, no, you didn't need to.
Yeah, I was like,
honest.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, the whole movie's about Kong versus Godzilla, and then I was like, because they show Godzilla like in this in what would you call it, like his little house, because it looks like it's the jungle, but then you realize like, oh, he's in, yeah
they. See, that's the thing too. There was so much exposition going on throughout that movie that I honestly just fucking like tuned out. Like I was watching it, but I was like not paying attention. I was just like, I don't really care what you're saying. So what I think I got from it was like something with his environment, his home, Skull Island was like going crazy or something. So they built an enclosure to like keep him in there so Godzilla wouldn't find him and fuck him up or something like that. I mean, kill him.
Yeah, that's right. So the whole thing is that if Godzilla senses that King Kong is loose, he will go and kill him because there can only be one alpha male.
Alpha, yeah.
And supposedly their ancestors have fought before.
Yeah.
And okay, so now,
how do they know that? They just threw that in.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Oh, it's probably just your headphones. You're fine.
My bad. But yeah, and then they talk about this whole what's that? Not thesis, but that theory of inner core. Anyways, where they go into the center of Earth, and there's like a whole nother little Earth inside there.
Oh yeah, Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear. Thanks.
Cool. Yeah, it's called Hollow Earth, and oh my god, that's so dumb.
And that's what I was wondering. I was
that's another thing. You know how like they go, oh god.
Yeah.
So they were like, we need a monster to like lead us in a Hollow Earth to find whatever.
Yeah, because if he can like sense his way
find
back
that energy,
home,
right?
Yeah, because they need the energy. Which okay, so now
But yeah, so they knew how to get there because they took him there. So he didn't lead them there. They took his ass there.
Yeah. And I guess they needed him to. Yeah, you're right. Now that I think about it, no, they didn't need him. They just needed that vehicle that company bought and built or whatever. So
Yeah.
there really was no need for him.
God, it was. So this is what I do want to say about the movie. I feel bad because I do like that director, Adam Weingarten. He's like an independent filmmaker and he makes really good independent movies. But dude, I just think the story was shit. It was really the story. Like the movie looked good, right?
Yeah, it did. I'll give it that. It looked great.
It looked great. CGI was good. You know, everything was fine. But the story was just complete crap, dude. It just didn't make sense. It was there were so many storylines that were unnecessary. So I hate that I didn't like. I wouldn't say I didn't even like it. It was just like generic. It was just like a generic monster movie that was like, it wasn't special. It wasn't spectacular, and I feel like it could have been.
Yeah, I kind of already figured. I was like, okay, they're gonna fight each other. I feel like I've seen that plot line somewhere else before. And I was like, okay, they fought each other, then they helped each other fight this other person.
Yeah, you knew how it was gonna go.
And honestly, I was thinking about Twilight because everyone, like people on the internet, they were like either Team Kong or Team Godzilla, and it's like Team Ed or Team Jacob.
Yeah,
which they fight each other, and then in the end they help. They fight.
Shout out Mingo, Team Godzilla.
yeah.
But he didn't even like it.
When I talked to him about it, he said that it could have been better.
Yeah.
That was like his.
Yeah, he's the first person I was like, "What'd you think?" And he was just like, "Yeah, it was meh."
Yeah, but that's true. I don't know. Like I said, I never saw the movies that came before them. I never saw Godzilla, King of the Monsters, or actually I did see Kong Island or whatever the hell it was called.
Yeah.
But
Skull Island. That's another thing I want to complain about is so they did Kong Skull Island, and that took place like what, during World War II or something, or
man, honestly I can't remember.
Or it was like in the 80s, right? 70s, 80s, I don't know. It wasn't like current. Oh, it was during the Vietnam War. Excuse me. It took place during the Vietnam War. So in late 60s, early 70s, right? Why did they do that? Because none of the characters that found Kong and interfered with him or and interacted with him are going to be alive, or they're going to be old, so they can't use the same actors. So then when we see him with these new characters that we know nothing about. This lady, we just see some bullshit article on fucking. I gotta stop cussing. We see this, BS article on this wall that's like the Kong Whisperer, and then she's like using some little deaf girl to help communicate with them, and it's just like, who are you? Like they should have used these characters in the original Kong movie if they wanted to kind of like build this relationship. And to be honest, to me, this was a King Kong movie. It was more about King Kong than it was Godzilla.
Yeah, that's true, because honestly, he wouldn't have won. He would not have won against Godzilla on his own. He like gets gassed pretty fast. He's like a stick in the mud.
Okay, Conor McGregor. They're all slow up there at the 155, stick in the muds.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. And then, okay, so I honestly, like I said, I was just nitpicking this after a while.
For sure, real picky.
Yeah, and then, okay, so Mechagodzilla, spoiler alert, he comes out at the end, and he pretty much kills the people who actually brought him to life. But the way they, I guess you would say, like, slow him down is they pour that alcohol like on the computer because they can't figure out the password.
Oh yeah, that's so dumb.
And I'm like, and I hate that. I'm like, I don't know. It reminds me. I don't know if you ever saw the movie with The Rock called, I think it's called Skyline or something like that. The one where his family's like in this huge burning building.
Oh no, I heard about it, but I never watched it.
Yeah, in that movie, basically they just like restart the building, like a smartphone.
Oh, okay.
And anyways, I hate that. I was like, that's such a stupid, like, easy way to fix the, that wasn't really a solution. You just poured water on the computer and it exploded or whatever.
Shout out Dwayne Johnson. We're gonna have him on the show next week.
Awesome. You smell what we're cooking. But yeah, man. And then also, like you were saying, like Millie Bobby Brown and that other kid, he's from Deadpool. He's a pretty good actor, but he wasn't necessary either.
Yeah, no, not at all. So, that's where that little chubby guy was from, Deadpool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know if you ever saw Search for the Wilderness People. He's pretty good in that. That's where I
Oh,
first saw
Taika
him.
Waititi, right?
Yeah,
No, I never saw that.
That's good.
That was the last movie he made before he did Thor.
Oh, okay.
Ragnarok.
But yeah, that. Did you understand when they were talking about bleach?
No, I didn't.
I didn't understand that.
He bleaches himself every night apparently to clean himself.
Yeah, and I was like,
He's kind of like an Alex Jones type character, right? He's this like podcast guy who's paranoid, and there's all these conspiracies, and then also look. So since we're on the subject of like characters that didn't need to be in the movie, why was that Mexican chick Isa Gonzalez in that movie? Like
because her boyfriend's Timothy Chalamet.
And
I don't know. I honestly,
are they still dating?
Oh, I don't know, but
I think my boy just never mind.
I was wondering too. In her character, I was like, okay, I get it. She's supposed to be beautiful and smart, but then at the same time, she's like, why can't we just dump the monkey? I'm like, he's not a monkey, and
he's an ape.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I thought you were supposed to be like a scientific type of person, and you're over here calling him a monkey.
Yeah, I don't think she's like that smart. She was just rich.
Yeah, and her dad was the owner of that company.
And then I was like telling Arissa, because we were watching it together, and I was just like, I was saying something, and she was like, which one? And I was like, the fucking generic hot chick that they put in the movie just because she's hot. And she's like, oh, she's hot? And I was just like, well,
Yeah, Edward thinks so.
Yeah.
He told me about her.
I'm all, I couldn't talk anymore.
Yeah, man. I don't know. And then
Is he on?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, cool.
But and then there wasn't even that much fighting.
No, not at all. Yeah, I thought there was gonna be like a 30-minute fight scene. Was there?
It's
COVID.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. Actually, I'm vaccinated. Well, I mean, the might still have it from past times.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I think the first fight was maybe like 12 minutes, maybe a little longer, and then the last fight might have been like 30 minutes, but that was between 3 monsters.
Right. Yeah. Well, 2, and then Mecha Godzilla.
Okay, I kind of got confused. I want you to tell me because I know that you pay very close attention to these movies. So you're telling me they started off in, let's just say, California. No, they started off in Florida. Mm-hmm. They go into that hollow earth, and then he pops out on the other side of Japan.
Yeah.
Kind of like how you can dig a tunnel. That's why I was like, wait, what? I was like, did they just go to Japan?
I don't know. No, they were in Hong Kong.
Or I'm sorry, Hong Kong.
Racist much? Golly.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, they were in Hong Kong, and so they went through all this trouble to get to Hollow Earth when King Kong just blasted a hole to the friggin' middle of the earth to...
Yeah.
And he blasted a hole for no reason. Like, he didn't go down there. He just like, I sense energy down there. Let me drill a hole so they can come up. And that's all that really served in the purpose in the story.
Yeah, and then like King Kong, didn't they say they were gonna go like 1,000 miles or something like that?
I didn't pay attention that close. Like I said, all this like BS exposition. That's another problem in the movie, dude. They spent so much time just explaining shit to people. It was just like...
And it didn't even make sense.
No. And it didn't... I mean, to them it did.
Yeah.
Godzilla's searching for this because that and da-da-da-da-da. And it's just like, really? Did you talk to him? Did you have a freaking conversation with the guy? Is that how you know that's why he's doing what he's doing? Mm-hmm. So much exposition, but that's what the last Godzilla movie had. It was just like exposition filled. It was so annoying.
Yeah, I didn't see it. That's why I was like, maybe it would have made sense if I had watched it. But...
Oh god, dude, it was terrible. And it's on track too. I want to bring that up. It's on track to beat Tenet for the highest gross movie during COVID. So I think they said it's going to rake in about 35 to 45 million dollars, and Tenet raked in about 20 million.
And how did they get their money? Because no one's really going to the movie theaters, are they?
No, it's all theater sales.
Oh, wow.
Theater tickets, yeah.
Congrats to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm ready to get back to the theater once I get my little vaccinations going.
I'm trying to think. There was another thing that was an issue with me that I'm trying to remember. But yeah, overall, this movie was like all over the place for me.
Yeah, I agree. There was so much going on, dude. It was just like... like I said, I like the cinematography. I like the it was directed. It looks good. It's just like the story was so problematic. Like it just made it like not enjoyable.
Okay, I just remembered exactly what I was gonna tell you. So they spend, like you said, they spend all this time going into like the center of the earth or hollow earth, and somehow they can like upload this energy, right, and copy it to make the Mecha Godzilla work.
Yeah, dude, that's how energy works.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I saw that little thing, like, like harboring it, taking it up into itself, and then I was like, y'all didn't even take it back to where it needs to go. Somehow you just like uploaded it, like if it was like a song or something.
Yeah, it was like an MP3 file.
Yeah, I was like, what?
They uploaded this like power source into Mechagodzilla, and then somehow it caused him to be like self-aware.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And then he kills like his owner. And,
It was, yeah, man, dude, it is fucking.
and then to control Mechagodzilla, you had to sit inside of its like skull of
the Ghidorah.
Yeah, you just sit inside that skull.
One of the heads of Ghidorah.
Yeah, and you have like a little Oculus on or something.
Yeah, man. They had a VR. I wonder what that Pornhub premium account would look on that wearing that thing.
And then about like what's it called, like it was called Sub something 33, where they went down into like Paperboy and Millie Bobby Brown and that kid, they go down to that subsection 33.
Yeah.
And it was like and they look at these things and they're like, what are they doing with skull like skull eaters or something?
Something.
I had to
Skull crawlers.
I had to Google it.
It's from the Kong movie.
Yeah, I know. I had to Google it because I was like, what the hell is this thing?
Yeah, it's just like these creatures that live on Skull Island that King Kong's like nemesis or whatever.
Yeah, and they basically just used them, grew them, and
Nemesi.
Used them to use Mechagodzilla to
They
kill them.
used and abused them. Yeah, man, it was just like really not enjoyable. I really wanted to like this movie because I'm a big Godzilla fan. I don't know anyone who's listening. My cousin's like a massive Godzilla fan. Like he loves old school Godzilla, all the like guy in a suit stuff. And so, I really looked up to my cousin growing up, and so anything he liked, I was like, I like it too. So I kind of got into Godzilla.
Yeah.
And so I watched all the old school ones. I was like super into it too. And so Godzilla, I really am a big fan of the franchise, but just when they don't do it justice, it's heartbreaking. And I can't even I can complain as a viewer, but as somebody who's like also a storyteller, I wouldn't even know where to begin into how to craft this into like a good story.
Yeah, I got you. I don't know. I think they should have just fought more. Either that or had a winner.
Right, yeah, because he kind of, spoiler alert,
he honestly just whips like King Kong's ass twice.
Right. Yeah, he does, yeah. Well, okay, and this is what kind of like, I was like, okay, I don't really get either. Godzilla whoops his ass, and then he whoops Mechagodzilla's ass. But Mechagodzilla was fucking destroying Godzilla.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Like, Mechagodzilla was killing Godzilla, who beat up King Kong, but then King Kong was able to just, like, completely eviscerate Mechagodzilla like he was nothing with that axe.
Yeah, and that's another thing. And then I realized, I was like, the axe is made from, I guess, one of Godzilla's, like,
spikes.
Yeah, spikes from his back or whatever.
I guess. I don't know.
That's what it looked like to me.
His ancestors. So, okay, I didn't know that either. But now that you say that, so I'm assuming his ancestors used one of those spikes and made an axe out of it.
Yeah, bro. You have to put all that together yourself, I guess.
So confusing. Well, we just gave you guys our 20-minute input on that. So,
but I mean, if you're a fan of blockbusters, go watch it. I mean, there's no reason not to.
If you like loud explosions and fast-paced action and nonsensical science, pseudoscience, I mean, but to be fair, when you're watching, like, we're over here complaining about all these like how does you can't convert energy, download energy to an MP3 file when there's like, we're complaining about that when there's like a 300-foot lizard that's blowing atomic breath out of its mouth. So at the same time, it's like,
or like King Kong doing sign language, learned from that little girl.
Yeah, we're complaining about who can kick whose ass and So yeah, take it with a grain of salt, man. You're gonna go see this like popcorn generic action movie. Like, and overall, it was entertaining.
It was. I'll give it that.
It was entertaining, but as a fan, they could. I felt like it could have been better. It was very underwhelming. I would say, it was predictable.
Okay, I got you.
And that's my biggest complaint. It was really predictable because everything you think is gonna happen happened.
I will say the things I do like about it, like you said, it looked really good, and there were some parts that I was actually impressed with. I don't know if you recognize this scene, but where King Kong is on top of like that huge ship, and this jet like flies off, but the view is like you can see that the pilot.
Oh, he's
and he like zooms out, and you just see like Godzilla go from big to small. I don't know. I really like that scene. Maybe I don't know. But that was one of the parts where I was like, oh, I would have liked to have seen this on the big screen.
Yeah, that would have been neat. Little zoom lens, little lens zoom. Excuse me. Yeah. Any final thoughts on that?
I just want to know how much did they spend on those I guess you call them vehicles. I don't know what you would call them.
Oh yeah.
That to go into the hollow.
The ones
Earth.
they used to jumpstart his heart.
Yeah, they did. They just like let it explode. Dude, I don't know. And that's another thing. I'm like, okay, so these type of expensive ass vehicles, they just have like self-destruct mode.
I guess so. I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah, he blew him up. I don't know. He revved the engine.
And he took off running.
That's another thing too. Is like, how did he know how to fly? He wasn't a pilot. He wasn't a pilot of those things.
Yeah, he was just an author, right, of that book.
Yeah, and then he learned to pilot the thing.
Oh man, you just made me think about
it. That's the first thing I noticed. I go, how does he know how to fly this? Like he wasn't flying it before.
I know, yeah, and dodge all types of obstacles in the way to get there.
Like he not only knew how to fly it, he flew it well. And then he learned how to operate it good enough to like blow it up on King Kong
within like a week span.
Not even. It was like it was like a few hours because they went from the tunnel thing. Yeah. They went from Hollow Earth, and then and then King Kong's back there at the end. Like it doesn't even explain like how he got there.
And then they're using Hollow Earth now as his new like
home
sanctuary.
Yeah, yeah. So that's where he's gonna chill, and Godzilla's gonna just like swim around the ocean and
do whatever,
eat fish.
Oh
man, disappointment. This is like I said, I don't know. I feel like I also at the same time, like I said, we can't really complain too much. It is a freaking movie about a giant lizard and a big ape, big gorilla. Is he an ape or what is he?
Honestly, I would either or. I don't know. Ape, gorilla.
Okay. He's not a monkey though.
Yeah,
that's for sure. All right, guys. Well, that's our King Kong. Hope y'all enjoyed that discussion. So we're gonna be quick shout out, dude. I want to say a quick shout out, Robert Cadillo. Thanks for listening, man. Thanks for those shout outs on the Facebook.
And I used to always tell him when I see him at Walmart. When he worked at HEB, I always be all Robert or something to that effect. I don't always see him at HEB.
Yeah, you better go thank him again, man.
Thank you.
Make a special trip.
Oh, he don't work there no more.
Oh no. Okay.
I don't know what he does. He's always in new Jeeps, so.
Well, we'll have him on the show and we can talk about it.
Yeah.
You can have him on the casting couch you're sitting on. How do you like that, by the way?
That's not bad.
We bought it just for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. So, Robert, yeah, seriously, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you.
He likes his podcast without people burping and yawning halfway through the shows and saying they're tired and whatever
Joseph.
nonsensical stuff happens. Anyways, moving on. Let's go talk about some news, man.
Go ahead.
First one, Edward, I noticed you posted on the Facebook page Space Jam 2 trailer and our good friend Jeffrey Garcia.
He's all lame. I was like, what, man? This is right up your alley.
You should have posted his movie trailer.
Nah. Well, once it's coming out, probably we will.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely will. Yeah, dude, so are you excited for that or no?
I will say I'm actually a little excited because at first I thought it was going to be trash, and I'm not saying it's not going to be, but the trailer was decent.
For sure.
I was like, it actually looks pretty good.
It looks interesting. They did a different take on it.
But I just don't get why they didn't. It's just like Michael Jordan. They didn't use these real kids, and I'm like,
maybe they didn't want to act, dude. Fuck.
I wouldn't mind a free payday, but
well, that's you, not them.
Oh, I guess you're right.
They're already rich.
Yeah, that's right. Their dad's worth millions. But it looked good. I like how they. I like how like he obviously if you haven't seen the trailer, go check it out. But he's a cartoon, and then somehow he turns back into like 3D. But then at the same time, they do that to the actual Looney Tunes also. So now they're like 3D renders. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it was interesting. Like I said, they're I feel like they're trying to like do a different spin on it. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's the same outcome as the first one, of course. But at first, I didn't want to see it.
oh,
but
you mean he's gonna win?
I'm pretty sure.
Spoiler alert! You love ruining movies.
What? They showed it right there in the trailer.
You haven't even seen it, and you already know. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm not like. I'll be honest. Like, I don't think I'll watch it.
I'll probably watch it, but just because it's like all these other movies coming out,
Yeah.
it's gonna be on HBO Max.
And you have Elena to watch it with too.
Yeah,
You know, she'll be into it.
That'll be my excuse that I watched it.
Yeah, that's right. You want to watch this? She's all, who's that?
She's like, no. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna play it if you want to come watch it after a while.
All right, and then the other piece of news I have is so I don't know how to say this guy's name, so forgive me if I butcher it, but I'm gonna say Rege Jean Page from Bridgerton, the main character, the Duke of Hastings. He is no longer a part of season 2. I find that interesting. We kind of chatted about this a little bit. You didn't watch it, right? You didn't watch Bridgerton.
I didn't watch it, but I was talking about like I'm surprised, especially if you're like the main character in a TV show, in a successful TV show, and then you just like up and walk away. Because I mean, if it was me, especially because I don't think that guy's that famous yet. But if I was on a show and it got real popular, I would want to come back to get more notoriety.
I mean, he's pretty famous now. My guy's a stud, bro. He's over there flexing those abs all over, steamy sex scenes.
Oh, okay. Well, then obviously he doesn't need that show, I guess.
I don't know. It doesn't sound like it was like any bad blood. I'm assuming, and this is just speculating, but the way they did it is like the Bridgerton Twitter or whatever released like a statement, and they said that he'll always be part of the Bridgerton family. So I'm assuming, the door's open for like, if I'm pretty sure they're gonna make a season 3. I'm assuming he could return. So when they say it like that, it makes me think that maybe there's like a scheduling conflict, and he's like, oh, I'm going to go make this movie that's going to pay me like a shit ton of money. So I'm going to have to pass on Bridgerton, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because that happens sometimes.
Yeah, no, I was going to say I've read about that happening on Cobra Kai, because I realized some of the characters weren't there on certain seasons, and the way those, the producers or whoever run the show, the way they explained it was like they're not gone, but it gives them room to come back.
Right, for sure.
So I was like, oh, okay.
It happens a lot. It happens a lot on TV and movies and stuff like that.
And I can understand, especially during like COVID, having like stuff getting pushed back or whatever. You have commitments you got to commit to.
Yeah, because a lot of people, I mean, like when you're on a TV show, it is like a demanding, grueling schedule, because you have to like be shooting however many like months out of the year, and then you miss out on like movie opportunities and stuff like that. So. But anyways, thought that was weird / interesting. I like Bridgerton. It's a really good show. And if anyone hasn't seen it, I recommend you go watch it. There's some sexual NSFW content on there, so be careful where you watch it at. Edward likes to watch movies at work.
I thought that's what it means. It means watch it at work.
No, it's not suitable for work.
Now safe for work.
Now safe for work. That's what this show will be once I edit all those cuss words out. Okay. So the next piece of news I have, Millie Bobby Brown. Okay, taking it back to Godzilla, old girl who I felt like could have been cut out of the plot. She has said that she's never seen a Marvel or Harry Potter movie. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, that's interesting, but at the same time, she's only like, what, 13, 14 years old?
I think she's like 20.
Oh, really?
No, I was
like, no way.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, because Harry Potter was probably finished by the time she was like 1 or 2 years old.
Okay, and she can't go and fucking find DVDs and watch them?
I'm sure she can. Maybe she's a busy child actor.
Her parents aren't like, dude, I've seen movies from the 80s when I wasn't alive.
Yeah, but she's like a working child actor. I don't know.
And she's still a kid. Like, you're telling me if you put Harry Potter on, has Elena seen Harry Potter?
Yeah.
See?
But if she was
not even born when those movies came out.
That's true. But if she was like a working actor and she didn't have time to watch them, that's different.
I would think that not only is she British, since Harry Potter's like British or whatever, you'd want to watch that. I don't know. That's just me.
As far as the Marvel ones, I'm more surprised that she hasn't seen any Marvel ones, or at least anything Marvel connected.
I'm not that surprised because like maybe she's not into comic books.
Possibly.
I don't know. I would feel like the likelihood of watching Harry Potter is higher than watching a Marvel movie for a kid. A little girl. I don't know. Is that sexist? I hope not.
It could be. I mean, oh man, there's all kinds of stuff people want to.
So, okay, this begs the question. Is she throwing shade because she wants to be part of the DC comic universe?
Oh, that'd be interesting.
She wants to be part of the Snyderverse.
Oh man. Which I hope they do bring back because I saw that is one of the biggest trending topics on Twitter.
I don't think they're going to.
I know. Well, I mean, and I know we talked about that you watched the Snyder Cut, and I recently watched the Snyder Cut.
We are going to have a Snyder Cut episode for sure.
Okay. Then I won't say what I
We'll probably have Ugo on for that one too because he's seen it as well.
Okay, and we'll wait for him.
And then I know Steven wanted to be in it. Because
he complains that we don't know nothing about comic books.
Guy on the couch / producer Steven / what else did we call him?
I don't remember. No. Oh, the best singer in the world.
Oh, dude.
What? I thought so.
You said it, not me. Anyways,
you didn't deny it either.
He's a big comic book. Like he like like Martin Scorsese says like comic book movies aren't cinema, and like Steven's like that is cinema. Like that's all he watches.
He's like that's the only cinema.
That's the only cinema to him. So I think it would be cool to have him on and check that out. All right, guys. So anyone who's listening to the podcast, nothing has changed for you. If you're watching it, we did switch camera angles because one of the cameras died. So we're going to go just move forward from this angle. Anywho, we were talking about the Snyder Cut.
But you want to have Steven and Ugo here.
Yeah. We're definitely going to have those guys on. I think it'll be a good episode.
Have the whole Justice League here.
Who's Wonder Woman?
You already know.
Oh, damn. You don't want to say it or what?
No.
Okay. That's awesome.
He knows he's fabulous.
Yeah, but he lives life deliciously. You got to throw that Anya Taylor-Joy reference every now and then. But anywho, yeah, I don't know how did we get to Snyderverse when we're talking about Millie Bobby Brown? Oh, because they were saying maybe she wants to be part of the DCU.
Yeah, that's right.
So what do you think? Is that just like speculation, or do you actually think she would want to be?
Maybe she just doesn't watch movies.
Yeah, I mean that's a thing that could be.
I don't know. She probably just they probably asked her that question and she was like, "Oh, actually, I don't watch any of those," and they turned into a big deal.
Yeah, what do you think about her acting? Do you think she's a good actress?
Man, honestly, I stopped watching Stranger Things. I need to catch up. But I mean, when she first came out, yeah, I was like, "Oh, that's a good little kid, good little acting kid." But
she didn't have a whole lot of lines.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And Godzilla, she didn't have a lot of lines either.
Yeah, that's true. And on this one, it was just like generic.
But and I never watched that Enola Holmes.
Oh yeah, I heard that was a good. I heard she had a good performance on that one.
Oh, then see, she probably is. I just haven't seen much of her stuff outside of Stranger Things.
Gotcha. All right, so let's move on to the next piece of news. Netflix buys Knives Out 2 and 3, or they're gonna produce it or whatever. That. So,
do you know if it has Daniel Craig attached?
I think so. Okay, this is what I heard, and like I said, this is take this with a grain of salt. From what I heard was it's gonna follow him investigating another case or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So that's what it's gonna be about. I don't know. It could be about the family again. I doubt it because I feel like that story's kind of been wrapped up. What more can you do with that?
Yeah, not much. But yeah, it'd be cool to see him do other cases.
So I kind of think that's the direction they're gonna go in. But that's cool. There's gonna be a part 2 and part 3, and I really like Knives Out. I thought it was a good original movie, and I like what they did with the genre of mystery genre. That's the word I was looking for. I really liked what they did with that.
And I recently saw something. I don't know if you follow on Reddit movie details. They had showed pictures where they have a, I don't remember them in the movie that well, but they have a baseball, and somehow the threads are always moving, and I forgot what they were supposed to describe. Something about like
Oh, the baseball in the movie?
yeah. Well, like the threads, however they shot it, the threads are always in the direction of. I don't want to say of the killer or the murderer, but the threads were always in the direction of something. It had something to do with that. I wish I could have remembered it, but
I actually saw like a video, and I think it might have been on Instagram or somewhere, where with the ball it has its own storyline.
something. Maybe you were thinking about the same thing.
Okay, so when Don Johnson throws the baseball out, remember when he's just like he breaks into his father-in-law's office to like see if he really wrote the letter saying that like, hey, I know, I'm gonna tell my daughter you're cheating on her if you don't tell her first. So he breaks into the office and he finds a letter and there's nothing on it, but he did it in code. So he's like, and he grabs his baseball and he fucking chucks it and he throws it out the window, kind of like, yeah, you're dead, I'm throwing your ball out, whatever. And then the dog, it's in the yard, and then what's his name finds it, Daniel Craig. He finds it, he like throws it for the dogs to play fetch with, and then I don't know. So there's this whole like arc of the baseball itself, which kind of leads back to his wife. She finds the ball and she goes to take it back in the office, and when she puts it back in the office, she finds the letter, and then she uses a little smoke thing to read. So it's basically, if he had never thrown the ball out the window, his wife would have never gone back into the office and found that letter.
Oh, I got you. Okay, maybe that's what I had read. I knew it had some kind of story behind it,
which is genius because I watched it and I didn't notice that. But that's like legit. Literally, if a ball has an arc in the movie, that's insane. That's good. That's great writing. That's a fantastic storytelling right there.
Yeah, it makes you want to go back and rewatch it.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm sure there's like other little nuggets that are like, I've seen the movie twice already because I really enjoyed it. So definitely looking forward to part 2 and part 3. I hope they're as good as the first one.
Yeah, for sure.
And I wonder if like Chris Evans' character is gonna come back.
Well, didn't he go to prison?
Yeah, but I mean, he's rich. He could hire lawyers or whatever.
True.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you can't lock Captain America away forever.
True.
It was interesting seeing him play a bad guy too.
Yeah, that's true. Well, he was kind of a bad guy on Scott Pilgrim.
Oh yeah,
he's an evil
kinda,
boyfriend.
Yeah, that's true. He's like an airhead.
Yeah.
He's like, can you do a grindy rail thingy?
Yeah.
You mean an ollie or whatever it's called? I don't know. He's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, Chris Evans, man. I like him. He's a good actor. Okay, cool. And then on to the next piece of news. Let's talk about Superstore. Do you watch that show?
Valerie does. I've seen some episodes, but it's usually like I'll walk in and she's already watching it, and I'll kind of catch the end of it.
Yeah, same here. My wife watches it, and I'm not like the biggest fan of the show, but I've seen a couple episodes, and then recently, one day I just sat down and watched one with her, and it was funny. I thought it was good, and then I was like, "Where's what's her name, the America Ferrera chick?" I was like, and then she was like, "Oh, she left the show," and I was like, "Oh, interesting." And then I looked it up, and then I was like, "Oh, the show's over. Like they canceled it or whatever." So
I didn't
they
know
were
it got
doing
canceled.
I think they canceled it, so they're doing a series. Well, they told them like, "Hey, we're not renewing another season."
Oh, got you.
So they're doing a series, so they ended it. But so I watched the ending, and it was good. Like the way did you see the finale? They wrapped up the show, and I think it was like a really good way to wrap up the show.
Okay.
Like it was heartfelt. It had like emotion, and it's just because the show was like a happy show, right? It was like a good show during a pandemic, and they even incorporated the pandemic into the show. And yeah, it was just like a happy ending, And I think it was like a good ending to a good lighthearted fun show.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out. The last episode Valerie was watching was it was part of the pandemic one. And I think America Ferrera had just found out that she was going to get some new job, that she was going to have to leave to California.
Right, yeah.
Or something like that.
With that, yeah, she like moved up the ladder with that company and became like a executive or something.
Oh, okay. And I like how they show like the outside of the store, and there's all these like masks and gloves thrown like all on the ground.
Dude,
So are they supposed to be like at a Sam's or like at a? I know Walmart and Sam's the same thing.
I don't know. It's probably just, I mean, honestly, if you've worked at like retail like that, like they're all the same. If you worked at a store where you wear a vest, like you deal with the same dipshits. And I think that's why the show is so good, because like people who actually like work jobs like that, which I have, like you kind of can relate. You're like, oh yeah, I do have to deal with stupid shit like that. I didn't get to have as much fun as they do, but you know. And then you also have like weird idiot coworkers and stuff like that. So you know, people from all walks of life. It's cool, man. Like I said, I wasn't like a loyal fan that watched every single episode, but the few that I did watch, I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing about the show. It's episodic. So the story for that episode is just wrapped. It's like,
oh, you don't have to watch them all over.
Exactly. You don't have, like, there is like there are like serial themes that like that flow, like, you know, the relationship between this guy and America Ferrera's character. But overall, like, you can watch an episode because it's self-contained. Like everything, it's like, you know, everything that happens is wrapped up within the episode.
But I'm pretty sure there's like stuff that, like some kind of callback sometimes.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. Yeah, there are like some, you know, themes that carry over throughout the entire show. You know, so it was cool. But like I said, you can just like pop in an episode and you know kind of figure out what's going on. Anyways, yeah, I highly recommend watching that series finale. I think it was really well done. Good show. I think I'm gonna go back and start it over. Not like that I ever started before, but I think I'm gonna go and watch it from the beginning. So cool. And then the last thing I saw, because I was looking up movie news, I wanted to talk about some stuff. Venom, I guess they're making Venom Carnage. 2. What is it called? Carnage. Let There Be Carnage. That movie got pushed back.
I never, honestly, I saw parts of the first one. I know a lot of people liked it, but I don't know what it was. I just couldn't get into it.
I never saw it.
I like Tom Hardy. I like Tom Hardy, but
I bet you do.
I love anyone who came out on Inception, man. I'll follow them wherever.
Damn, dude, for real.
But well, except for that one guy who makes, if you remember Inception, the one that makes like the stuff to put them to sleep. I wasn't too interested in his character.
Which one is that one?
He's like the
Indian guy.
Yeah, he's like the only Indian guy.
That's messed up, dude. He would like the only minority. You would dislike the minority character.
What? I like Dev Patel. Jeez.
Yeah, what's that white chick who's a dude now? I like her.
Oh, Elliot Page.
So what's funny is like I sent Edward I guess it was like a meme. No, it wasn't a meme. It was like a picture of Tom Hardy and what's his name?
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan, right? And it was like on set of Inception. And I was like, me and Steven, and then and I'm talking about producer Steven / guy on the couch Steven, and you. Dude, you came back with a 1-2 that was like so good, dude.
He finished Inception. He didn't make him put it on the cutting room floor.
Yeah. Dude, I told him I had to show him. I go, dude, I didn't even tell him I sent that to you. But then when you sent me that rebuttal, I was like, oh my God, dude, this is so funny. Like I just had to like show Steven. He's all like, that's old Steven. That was 2019 Steven. So
I want to meet the new Steven then.
We will eventually. He's getting vaccinated too soon, so.
Aw, hell.
Yeah, what's up, man? We got that vaccinated crew. We safe AF. At least we try to be.
Yeah. So he's back in the Justice League.
He's I don't think he ever left. He was on the verge of getting cucked out. Kicked out. I'm sure he's been cucked out before too.
Jeez.
What? You were thinking it.
You said it.
Oh, man. Good stuff. But yeah, that's really all the movie news I have, man. Is there anything else you want to bring to the table?
I started watching Dodgeball. You watched that movie?
Yeah, a long time ago. Ben Stiller, right? Did he direct it?
I don't know if he directed it.
Look it up.
But it was one of those movies, like, I get not bored, but there's sometimes, like, I want to do stuff around the house, but I just want something playing in the background. And I've never seen Dodgeball. I've seen it, but through TV. So, like, whenever I see it, it's already playing. It's either, like, started or halfway through or almost over. I've never seen it from beginning to end. And anyways, I just started.
He didn't direct it.
Oh, and I just started it, and it's actually pretty funny.
So you've never seen it, the whole thing?
Like I've seen it in pieces. Is what I'm trying to say. Like so, like I might go to someone's house or it might be on TV, and I'll see like the final part where they're playing dodgeball against the Conglomero Gym or whatever they're called. And I've seen them win. I know the end of the movie, but and then or like sometimes I'll start watching it and they're just learning how to play dodgeball, and I won't finish. I'll leave or go do something, and I've never seen it from beginning to end. Is what I'm saying. So I was like cleaning up this morning. I was like, oh, I'll put dodgeball on. I saw it was streaming on, I think it was Stars.
Interesting.
So I was like, I'll give it a chance.
Check out Dodgeball, guys. Funny movie. Ben Stiller.
I'm Vince Vaughn. But what else? I'm trying to think. What else have I seen lately, man?
Don't think too hard. I want you to hurt yourself.
I've been on like I was telling you, I've been on that Schitt's Creek.
Whoa, what?
That's what it's
No,
called.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so I've been on that Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, I want to watch that. I like Eugene Levy, man. I think he's a funny dude.
And you know what? And I've only liked him just. And it's weird because I liked him from American Pie, but at the same time, every time I see him, I'm like, oh, that's just the dad from American Pie. This show makes me totally see him as a completely different character. Finally,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I always see him as the dad from American Pie, but when I was a little kid, me and my brother used to watch this movie called Armed and Dangerous, and I think I've talked about it before. And I was actually talking to Amy about it. It's pretty funny. I was like, you should watch this. Because like her and I were like talking about like movies that we saw when we were kids that our parents let us watch, and we were like, dude, we should not have like been watching this shit. Like, what were they thinking? But anyways, watch this movie called Armed and Dangerous with John Candy and Eugene Levy, and that's actually where I know him from. So when I saw American Pie, I was like, oh, that's the guy from Armed and Dangerous, because like I watched this. And it's like, I think it came out in the 80s, and it has like Meg Ryan, like a young Meg Ryan's in it before she really blew up. And the premise of the film is about these two cops or one of them's a former cop. I don't remember. I don't know exactly, but they have to become security guards to try and get their old jobs back or something like that. And then like they get caught. They're security guards for this company, and then they find out that like there's this like scheme going on, and they start this. And since one of the guys was a cop, he starts investigating it, and like so it's like basically like security guards who were former cops who are investigating this thing that have no real authority, but it's like they're actually onto something. So it's pretty. It's a comedy. You know, John Candy's a comedic actor, but yeah, it's honestly that's like one of my favorite. I know everyone likes like, oh, I like him in Uncle Buck and, you know, all these other like iconic roles that he did. But dude, honestly, his character in Armed and Dangerous, like I love that dude. Like not only is he funny, but like he's just he plays like a horn dog. So it's just like funny.
I got you.
I don't know. I guess like it shouldn't be. But.
What else was John Candy in?
Uncle Buck.
I never saw that. I just know him from Rookie of the Year.
Okay, there you go. There's one.
But I mean, like as famous as he was, there has been something else that was huge that he was in. I can't think of it.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Never saw it.
Spaceballs. Remember he was the dog.
He was
yeah,
a dog.
Bark,
That's right. And you know what's weird? I think I've told you this before. Is that Spaceballs was actually the first ever, I would say, Star Wars movie I had ever seen.
Oh, really?
And it's funny because I knew it wasn't Star Wars, but I really enjoyed it. And I think, but it's weird because I found it funny, but I think if I was to go rewatch it now, and after watching actual Star Wars, I might be like, oh, that's who they were trying to make fun of, you know, type of thing.
I saw it whenever I was like, I had already seen, because I saw Star Wars when I was a kid, and that's why I like love Star Wars so much. I fell in love with it. But I remember like as a kid too, kind of like really enjoying Spaceballs because it was just like, you know, it was a spoof on Star Wars. So, you know, if you like Star Wars, you're going to like this. And so I thought it was like really cool and, you know, and funny and stuff like that.
He has that big ass helmet.
But yeah. So like, dude, John Candy's been in like some really prevalent films. I don't know, man. I really like, you know, because he died, you know, he died young. But I do really like enjoy the roles that he's in movies. Yeah, man, I don't know. I think it'd be a good character study to kind of like explore his filmography and that's another reason why I love cinema so much is because like he passed away, but dude, his films live on, you know.
Yeah.
his memory and these characters are like carrying him on through cinema, even though he's died, and I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I think that's like part of the magic of movies.
When I was little, I used to get John Goodman and John Candy mixed up.
John Good. Oh, dude, get out of here!
I said when I was a little kid,
I'm
bro.
not even gonna respond to that.
What? They're both big white, like suburban white guys.
Ah, dude, chill, bro. Big John Goodman. They don't even look the same.
I said I got them mixed up.
Cold blooded. All right, dude. So I'm gonna pivot real quick. I want to do we do trivia every episode, right? I'd like to impart some knowledge onto my co-host here and our viewers. Okay. So we're gonna do some Godzilla trivia. Did you know?
I was gonna say hit me with it.
Whoa.
Not that.
Oh, okay.
I don't want that. I don't want that no more.
You're talking to the wrong co-host. Who will be on the next episode? You can tell them that. So trivia. This will be the first film in 59 years to feature both King Kong and Godzilla. Did you know that?
No. I know that there was an original one, but I didn't know it was that long ago.
Yeah, it's 59 years is a long time. A lot of dead motherfuckers between that. Did you know the little girl, Gia, is actually deaf?
I'm not surprised by it, but that is interesting to know.
That's cool, man. You know, we talked about that on the Sound of Metal, talking about, you know, the deaf community and stuff like that. So that's good. They need to. I like that. I think it's important to put
a deaf person in an actual death row.
Yeah, not just that, but like I think, because like I said, in the deaf community, like being deaf isn't like
a handicap.
A handicap. So why not like make movies, you know, because they can see, they can communicate. Like, cool, man. Like if somebody's out there who's like a deaf person, like, dude, go make a movie about that or anything. You know, it doesn't have to be about being deaf, you know.
Just slap some subtitles on it.
Yeah, or even like producers, like, dude, go produce movies like that. Like, I think it's important to have shit like that because, like, you and I remember we went and saw that independent film. What was it called? The Village or something. No, The Tribe. It's called Tribe. Sorry. And it was really cool. This is like when Edward was like, me and him were like, our friendship was blossoming, and he was like whining and dining me.
It was peak.
And you know when you're just dating somebody and you're like, oh my god, this is the man of my dreams.
Trying to impress him.
He's paying for dinner and we have so much in common. That was that part of the relationship. And so anyways, we go and check out this cool indie movie called Tribe, where the movie was entirely in sign, right? Yeah. Without subtitles.
Yeah, that's right. There's no subtitles. It's completely in sign. So you kind of like make up the story in your mind, you know, so to speak, as far as like what you think what they're saying to each other. But it's like how you always say show don't tell, and that's like the entire movie.
They took that shit literal. And so you don't know what they're saying if you don't understand sign, which neither of us do. But we still got the movie, right? You still figure, you're like, oh, this is what's happening.
I know that this means like clap when you put both your hands up.
Yeah. And then, dude, I almost pulled an Edward and ruined the ending for y'all, but man, it's a wild ending. Do you remember?
Well,
everyone's asleep.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that is a wild ending. I thought you were going to talk about the abortion scene. That's wild.
Well, now everyone knows there's an abortion scene.
They don't know who.
If if y'all go watch this and y'all see the character's pregnant, who are they gonna? They're gonna be like, oh, I guess this is the chick he's gonna get her baby aborted. Okay, anyways, let me move on before Edward ruins more movies for y'all.
I didn't tell him about the sex scene.
Dude, chill. Okay, these are like really long. Okay, well, I don't know. I'm gonna just read this one. All when right. Alexander Skarsgard, who's the guy he's the scientist guy that read a book that learned how to fly all the planes and stuff.
What else is he from? That's a
quick fact. His brother is it, and his dad is the dude from Mamma Mia. One of the three dads from Mamma Mia. He's a famous actor too.
Yeah. And don't they have another brother? The one from Garden State.
Yeah, I think he has like. I don't know. I never saw that.
Did you ever see Jarhead?
Yeah.
He's the one that they brand at the end. He's like, oh, like he's the one that wanted to actually fight.
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, I think they have another. I think there's 3 of them. I think there's 3 brothers and then the dad.
That sounds about right.
Okay.
I just know the 2 that are really famous. That must suck. Your 2 brothers and your dad are like really successful like actors and well known, and then you're just like the guy who was like in Jarhead who got his ass branded.
Yeah.
And just gets like brought up on some random podcast. That's what your career has amounted to. I'm just kidding, guys. This is not a random podcast. This is one of the best podcasts in fucking Central Texas. Right, Edward? Mm-hmm. Thank you. Anyways, he said initially he considered it because he had done a row of quiet. I can't read. He had done a row of quite dark and intense characters and wanted to try something different. Ultimately, though, it was the opportunity to work with director Adam Weingart. I don't know how to say his name. It's Wingard. I'm going to just say Wingard, who he describes as smart, lovely, and incredible with actors that actually made him sign up. When he reached out, the tone of the genre in the movie is much different to the smaller, darker movies I have done. It was a character really ready to play. It is a character that is very likable, and I'm sure he's making a bank from that. I want to go back. I want to talk about Adam Weingart real quick.
I was just about to ask, what's he made?
Oh, he's made a lot of stuff. He, like I said, he did a lot of independent. Actually, dude, so he deleted his Twitter account because he made that movie for Netflix, and then everyone hated it. The one about the book where you say like the monster.
Oh, Death Note.
Death Note, yeah. He made Death Note.
I never saw that.
And like he got harassed on Twitter so much that he just deleted his Twitter account. Poor guy.
He let the trolls win.
I know, man. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah,
you know?
it is. I was gonna say it is hard.
People like you, fucking.
But I'm nobody. He's a millionaire.
Yeah, Edward, but that takes its toll on you. Okay.
He could easily be like, look at my paycheck, and then he'd ruin my day.
So before he did Godzilla vs. Kong, he did Death Note. He did the Blair Witch, the updated one.
That sucked.
He did The Guest.
Was
is that what's his name? Oh, I thought that was the. You know who I'm talking about? The dude who plays the raccoon on Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Damn. Now I can't think of his name.
I know. I'm drawing a blank too. He was from A Star Is Born.
Yeah,
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper.
Hey, I want to look at you one more time. Do you remember that from Star Is Born?
No.
I just want to look at your face.
I just remember when Lady Gaga's in the restroom.
It's actually like a TikTok that everyone like parodies.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty funny. You need to get on TikTok, bro.
Let's see.
He made VHS too. I really like those. I feel so bad because
he made the original one too.
Yeah. He did. He was one of the directors. Those are like multiple.
I actually did see VHS, and that's I don't know which one has the cult at the very end of the movie.
That's part 2.
Oh, okay, I really like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He directed the segment where like he gets his eye and then he can see ghosts. Like he gets a robot eye.
Oh, I don't remember all of them. I just know that one with the cult at the end. That was pretty crazy.
He gets a robot eye, and then it's like shot in the POV, like so you like see his hands opening doors and stuff. Like,
okay.
I mean, it looks really difficult to like film something like that. Really quick, I just want to say like, so like our neighbors Amy and Megan, when we always hang out with them, and like I don't know, for some reason I'm always like, I don't always pick the movies, but I'm more like, hey, we should watch this or da-da-da-da-da. Like I kind of recommend, and I feel bad, but they're always like, yeah, they're always down. So I'm like, okay, cool. If they didn't want to watch it, they'd probably say no. And so we were all hanging out a while back. We're having a movie night, and I was like, let's check these movies out. And so I made them. I think I didn't make them, but we watched part 1, VHS part 1 and VHS part 2. And I was like, I think they liked it. I hope they did, but I don't know. I feel bad. I'm always like subjecting them to like fucking watching like fucked up movies like that.
Do you ever feel pressured? Like if someone's like, "Hey, what's a good movie?" Do you ever feel under pressure to give them something?
No. I think we talked about. Remember we talked about it when we had Chief on the show. But
okay.
But we were. I always just like gauge who like what they're.
Oh, that's
what they're
right.
into.
That's right. No, I was just gonna ask because you were talking about giving giving a suggestion to someone.
But anyways, yeah, he's made some cool stuff, dude. Adam Weingart. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show because we're getting towards the end there. So just want to say big thank you to everyone who listens, who appreciates, who supports the podcast. We really appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and share with your friends to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can see our beautiful faces. Put a face.
Hit that like button.
To the voice.
Hit that subscribe button too.
What that smell like. Anyways, guys, thanks again, Edward. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, if anyone's out there listening, and if you watch Godzilla versus Kong, I would like some listeners who are kind of like Millie Bobby Brown in that movie, who are very dedicated to that podcast, who go out of their way to tell people that it's not bullshit and they really like it.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Justin, man. Justin Conway, dude. He's a big supporter of the podcast. Really puts us out there. Really appreciate it. And also the Edwards City of San Marcos. They be putting us on. We got a lot of followers from there. San Marvelous, Texas. Really appreciate it. Anyways, guys, thank y'all for the support. I hope you enjoyed the podcast, and we look forward to next week when we take you back to the feature. Bye.